Hi. On cycling, so a warm up that you can do next to your bike outside with running shoes on, a nice little flow. We'll do it quite a few times so that you get it into your brain so that you won't need me to help you through it. And then our regular poses plus some poses that help stretch your body after a nice bike ride. All right, let's come up to the tops of our mats. Find some space between our feet. So nice to see everybody. New faces, regular faces, old faces. So good. Let's do it. So we'll come up to the tops of the mats, close our eyes, relax our shoulders down and away from our ears. Pressing down into both of our feet. Start to focus in on our breathing. Letting go of our day. Giving our brain a little vacation for the next hour to not think, to just be present in your body, just breathing, listening to and feeling any sensations that are happening, and making sure to honor our injuries or any limitations today. We'll soften our knees and lengthen the crown of our head up towards the sky. And bring our hands up, touching our thumbs together at the top. Bringing the hands back towards the earth, flowing through your mountain pose, anchoring not only through both of our feet, but also using the breath as an anchor. Thinking about what might make a successful practice for you, and then letting those expectations go. Matching our inhales to our reaching up and our exhales to the hands coming back towards Mother Earth. Flowing at your own pace, warming the shoulders. We'll turn this flowing mountain into a flowing airplane, starting to hinge halfway down, soften the knee joints, back up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, reach up. Think of diving forward with the head. A nice strong spine, some space between each and every vertebrae. Last one, right into that full forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, hinging and diving, all on your own. Letting go of any judgment. Our mantra today, I am balanced. On this next one, we'll hold it down in our forward fold, letting our head hang, let it dangle, nodding our head yes to release tension in our neck. Halfway lift, flow, coming halfway up, and then exhale, folding again. Flowing through on your own. So some modifications you can make are to hold onto the backs of your knees at the top, to make sure those knees are soft and not locked. And that'll help you lengthen your arms and lengthen your back. Last one, we'll hold that back down in our forward fold. Let the head be heavy this time. Shaking our head gently, no to any competition. Bending the knees, let's step back to all fours. Take your time. Beginning to move through cat and cow on all fours. Exhaling into cat. Inhaling into cow. Checking in with our back again. One piece of your spine at a time. It might feel nice to close your eyes throughout your practice. It might not, so do what feels right for you. Last one. We'll come to a neutral spine, our knees underneath our hips, our hands underneath our shoulders and our elbows. Let's disperse the weight out into our fingers or use fists for wrists. And if we're here, let's turn the elbow creases towards the front of the mat. So finding a little bit of activation between the shoulder blades. Right arm reaching forward, left foot going back. We'll stay on this side and bring the elbow to the knee underneath for a little crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. And you may even feel like adding that little cat back onto your crunch, so arching the back. And actively drawing that belly button up and towards our spine. Remember, it's okay to skip a pose, to find child's pose anytime you want to. Last one, switching sides. Modifying if it feels better with your fist for your wrist. Each inhale, we're extending and reaching through our heel towards the back wall. Each exhale, feeling the strength of your core. Amazing. Now we will take a nice rest back in child's pose. You can have your toes together, hands wide and long, or hands back behind us, giving ourselves a little massage for our neck, if that feels okay. Just check in, massaging our foreheads down on the mat, letting go of any negativity, any thoughts that aren't serving you in a good way. Rising back up to all fours. We'll bring our right foot up between the hands or to the inside of that right hand. Hinge forward. Hip flexor goes down. Let's make sure this front foot is out far enough that our knee doesn't go way in front of it. And slide it back into a hamstring stretch, forward and back. So as you move through that, I just want to show you a couple options for your mats. If your knee doesn't feel good, or just roll up the outside edge to flow through. Or you could fold it up in another way to do it. We'll just do one or two more on that side. And then switch. Bring the opposite foot to the inside of the left hand. When we shift forward into our hip flexor, this front shin is either parallel, it's on top of our ankle, or it's slightly back. And then we go forward and back. Great job. Warm up the hip. Warm up the hip flexor, hamstring. All right, we'll sweep that foot all the way back now. Moving up into downward facing dog, or you could stay with all fours or child's pose. I do encourage you to add some movement to that downward dog before we start holding it. Even have some really fluid movement, dropping one hip down and then the other, or walking your dog one heel at a time. Looking between the hands, and it's time to move into a full or kneeling plank. We can hold here or go right down onto our bellies or halfway into chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, back down to our bellies. We'll engage the core, lift up to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog, or stay in all fours. Let's flow again. Inhale forward, hold or flow to the belly or halfway. Up dog or cobra, back to your bellies. Inhale all fours. Exhale, downward dog or hold all fours. Now you get to do that a few more times all on your own. Inhale forward, hold or go down to the belly. Good job. Inhale to all fours and exhale to downward facing dog. One more time with your breath. Or you know that child's pose is a great option to take. Today, if you've had a rough day, just take child's pose. We'll meet in downward dog or all fours. Breathe, feel, listen, press the earth away with both of our hands. Looking up between the hands, let's walk, step, or jump the feet up between them. Take your time, halfway lift, either hands to the front of the legs or behind the knees. Hold again, we'll bit of space between our feet. And chair pose, breathe in, lifting up our hearts. Choose where you want your hands, either at your heart center or they could be long. Breathe. Let's flow from chair pose to forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, chair, rise up. Exhale, fold. 4 more on your own. Breathe. This might be your last one here. We rise up into chair on an inhale. Exhale up into mountain pose. Relax the shoulders down. We'll step into moonflowers, the right foot or left foot going back. Turn towards the windows. Enjoy the amazing sun or clouds, whatever may be out there. Rise up with the hands, spread the fingers nice and wide. Exhale down into our moonflowers. Inhale up, exhale down. Be kind to your hips and your knees here. We want our knees going out towards the middle of our feet, our hips going back. Closing our eyes and settling into your breath. Last one, turn that into a sunflower. Only if you want to reach to the mat, still bend the knees, sweep up a big circle. Exhale, hinge. We can touch the earth with our hands and reach up for the stars on the inhale. Moving with your breath. Last one. Great job. Step it up to the top of our mat. Wonderful. Big breath up. Let's grab our right wrist, a little tip over to one side, stretching out our wrist, our hands. Or if you're taking care of your back, you can hold onto your head and do your flexion here. Rise up to the other side. Core is still nice and strong. Hands come back behind us. Let's open up our hearts, soften our lungs. If you want to fold, you can fold. Or if that doesn't feel nice, stay on up. Wherever you are, widening across the chest and relaxing our shoulders, our necks. We'll release the hands, sweep all the way back up. Hands come to heart. All right, sun salutations, and then we'll do our cycling warm up and move on with the rest of the class. If you need a fan, there's a pink one back there. There's a pink one here. I'll turn this one on here. It's up to you. You can do whatever you like with fans. All right, sun salutations. So we'll do a couple on our knees, and then we'll have that option to come up and do them on our toes. Find our way up to the tops of our mats. You're doing okay there, Susie. Big breath up. Exhale, dive and fold. Halfway back up. Fold, breathe out. Bend our knees, left foot back. Knee up or down. Breathe into your lunge. Breathe out, child's pose or downward facing dog. We can rest here, stretch, or flow forward. All the way or halfway down, up dog or cobra, either back to down dog if you're an up dog or to your belly, and then down dog or child's pose with me. Right foot up between the hands, take your time. You can grab it behind your ankle, help it on up, rise to our lunge, and then push to forward fold with a big anchor through our front foot. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. All the way up, breathe in. Exhale to chair pose. Choose where you'd like your arms to be. Being kind to your back. Up we go. And meeting mountain pose. And again, inhale, sweep. Exhale, dive and fold. Halfway up, strong belly. Fold again, breathe out. Bend the knees, right foot back, knee up or down. Choose your lunge. Breathe in, breathe out. Child's pose or downward facing dog. Hold and rest here or flow together. Forward, down, open, either down dog or belly. Bend child's pose or down dog. Left foot up between the hands. Choose your lunge. Help that foot up. Rise up on the breathe in and breathe out. Forward fold. Halfway up. Shoulders away from our ears. Fold again. It's all coming back to you. Rise up. Breathe in. Exhale to chair. Sweep up. Breathe in. I actually think 3 years ago, I didn't have that extra halfway lift in there. So your muscle memory is good. Let's do it again. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive. Halfway up, halfway lift, or monkey pose, I might have called it. Fold again. Bend our knees, left foot back, knee up or down for your lunge. Breathe in, breathe out, downward dog, or child's pose. Stay in rest here, guys, or flow through that half series. Choose each moment of your practice to suit your body. Meaning back and down dog or child's pose, right foot up between the hands, rise up to a full or kneeling lunge. Breathe out, forward fold, halfway lift or monkey pose. Hold again, sweep all the way up. Exhale to chair pose. Back up. Exhale to mountain. And again, inhale up. Exhale, dive. Monkey or halfway lift. Fold. Right foot back. Choose your lunge. Inhale. Exhale to down dog or child's pose. Hold or flow. Either down dog or plank or flow. Meeting back and down dog in your own time. Left foot up between the hands. Take your time, rise up to your lunge, let your inhale lift you up, and let your exhale take you to forward fold. Monkey or halfway up. Fold again. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to chair. All the way up, inhale. Exhale to mountain. Warm, nice and warm now. Okay, so now we'll move on. Want to grab a drink if you need one now, or adjust your pants. Our cycling warm-up. So picture yourself all bundled up, ready for your bike ride. Your bike's next to you, or maybe the stairs or something like that. We start in our mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to chair. Inhale, step our left foot back into a lunge. Inhale up. Exhale forward, just with the reach. Inhale back up. Exhale to warrior three. So we lift off the foot. Inhale, step back to your lunge. Exhale to chair pose. Inhale up. Exhale to mountain. And again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, chair. Step the right foot back. Inhale our lunge, rise up. Exhale, hinge forward, strong core. Inhale up. You can do that again, or step to warrior three. Step it back to lunge, breathe in. Exhale to chair, hands at heart, shoulders are feeling the love. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to mountain. We got a few more of those, so we get used to them. Rise up, chair, breathe out. Left foot back, inhale to your lunge. Exhale, hinge forward. Back up. Warrior three. Step back into our lunge. Chair pose, breathe out. Inhale up. Exhale to mountain. And a couple more. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. Step your right foot back. Rise up to our lunge. Exhale, hinge. You can have your hands at heart if your shoulders aren't loving you today. And then warrior three. Back to your lunge. Chair pose. All the way up. Exhale to mountain. Let's do one more. Reach. Chair, breathe out. Step that left foot back, breathe into lunge. Core is strong, we lean forward, up. Warrior three. Step back and chair pose. All the way up. Meet in your mountain. All right, let's stretch those shoulders out, not giving our legs too much of a break. You can be standing mountain for these shoulder movements or in chair pose. Or you can go between the two if you want. Hands are at our shoulders. Think of the pelvis. So for myself, I do often find that if I get down into this position, it's poking out a bit. You want to just tuck it under a little. It, meaning your backside. Our elbows up towards our shoulder height. Elbows together. Breathe in. Breathe out. And if it feels okay, on the exhale, chin tucks towards the chest and then just comes back to neutral. Open the heart here. Open the back there. Last one. And we'll straighten out our legs, forward fold. Let your head be heavy now. Let gravity stretch your neck. Release the weight of your head. Halfway up for monkey pose, inhale. Exhale, fold. We'll take our left foot back and rise up into warrior one. Back heel down, rising up into our warrior one, sinking down into our legs. If it feels good, you can close your eyes here and start to notice the sensations that are happening. The arms don't feel nice up, you can always put them out. Or cactus arms if you're wanting to have some good posture. Bring our hands to face our body or our legs and hinge forward. While we reach back, think of lengthening the space between your earlobe and your shoulder. Let's lift our back heel. Now as our hips face the floor. Breathe. Our core is strong, our collarbones are widening. We're breathing. We'll take the left foot in, hands to hips. Left foot goes down onto the mat, straightening our right leg into our pyramid pose. The hips are still reaching back towards the back of the room. And then we have all kinds of modifications for our arms. They can come down to your shin. We just don't want to press on our knee. There's always a little bend. Or they can go down to the mat. Our hips always reaching back. They could walk back towards your back foot. Nose towards shin. You could go into reverse prayer pose or chest expansion in your pyramid. We'll release the hands. Let's bring them back to our hips. Rise up. Take our left toes out to the long edge. Bend our right knee. We move into warrior two. So you may need to create a little bit more space between the feet. Soften through our arms. So you're taking care of your arms or your shoulders. It can be a little bit easier or less intense on your shoulders to place your palms up. Sink down. Using more of our biceps and our forearms to hold our hands here, our arms up. Breathe. Let's turn the palms down. If you want to, you don't have to. Reach your left palm around to the front. This is Archer. Pull back. Release and look down the backhand as it goes back. We'll bring it around. Pull back. And watch the hand go back. Breathe in, come all the way around. Breathe out, pull back. Breathe in, release. Now to breathe out, come around. Breathe in, pull back. Out. So you can do your own breath now. You got 2 more rounds of that. Close your eyes. Think of a goal. Set your bullseye. And hit that bullseye. Last one. Straightening out our right leg, opening up our arms, reaching forward with our right hand. Let's go down into triangle pose. If it feels like your feet are too far apart, you can walk your back foot in a little bit, especially if your Achilles or your ankle isn't feeling good in triangle. Hinge down. Our chest open. Still actively deepening that connection to the earth through the soles of our feet. Looking down at our front foot, we'll frame that front foot, bend our front knee, lift our back heel, step back to downward facing dog, or child's pose. And then choose to stay here and rest or flow through your half series 2 times, or take a nice rest. If you've had a long day, take a rest in child's pose, or flow through that half series 2 times to really connect with your breath. And we'll be meeting in a forearm plank before we move back up for our series on the other side. So a forearm plank, we've got our forearms down on the mat, our back side, either the same level or somewhere around the same level as our shoulders, or our knees are down on the mat, or forearm kneeling plank. And we'll do some hip dips, taking our right hip down to the mat, creating a little half circle to come back up and over to the other side. Hip dip, side to side. You can go down onto your knees, just drop one side down. Using our obliques to lift and lower. Great job. Bring it down, belly down. Let's reach our arms long. You have your cup hands here, our kneecaps facing the mat, tops of the feet facing the mat. Rock our hips out a little bit just to release some tension. Our hands can stay there, or we can start to walk the hands towards the body for seal pose. If seal doesn't feel nice, you can move into cobra pose or sphinx pose. Spreading the weight into our fingers. Release down. Let's slide the hands underneath our armpits. Press up to all fours on an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking up between our hands, bringing the left foot up between the hands. Take your time. Our back heel's going down. And we're rising up into our warrior 1 on the other side. So bending that left knee, pressing into both of our feet. Good job. We're going to do eagle arms in our warrior 1 today. All right, so let's bring your left elbow in front and slide that right elbow underneath. If it doesn't feel nice to bring the palms together with your elbows around shoulder height, just give yourself a nice hug and find some space in your shoulder blades. So we're down, or we're in all eagle arms. Closing our eyes to connect again. Sorry. Just repeating that song. All right, lift that back foot up And we find ourselves in that lunge position again, reaching our hands back. We still have some weight in both of our feet. We're reaching back for the back edge of our mat while our head is reaching forward up towards myself. Your core is on. You can feel that support. Wonderful. We'll bring our hands to our hips and slide our right foot in. Bring the heels down. So just make sure that we've got hip distance between our feet on our train tracks. We don't want to be down the same line down the center of our mat with both feet. And then we hinge forward into pyramid. We've got a small bend in our knees and our hips are reaching back, our head forward. And you can choose whatever you want to do with your arms now. You can keep them at your hips. Bring your nose towards your shin if that feels nice, or keep your back flat. Reminding ourselves our practice, yoga practice, just like anything else. Consistency, focusing on the feelings and the sensations rather than trying to adjust our bodies to fit into shapes that maybe don't fit our bodies today. Our hands come back up to our hips, lift our chest up, bend our left knee, turn the right toes out to the mat. I've got to walk it out a little bit. Into warrior two. We open up into that warrior two. Now that chest is opening up towards the long wall. And if it feels better for your shoulders, you can put your palms facing up towards the ceiling, reaching long for one end. Holding steady, imagine a couple little birds on your hand. Straightening that front leg, reaching down into our triangle pose. Our spine long and extended, so elongating our spine. Always honoring the breath above all in our poses. We'll bend our front knee. And lift our back heel, step back to that downward facing dog and into dolphin. Excuse me. So we're giving our wrists a break by moving into dolphin pose. So modification for this is puppy pose. Knees down, still have quite a bit of the weight shifted into the shoulders. So puppy or dolphin, hips up. Excuse me. You're there for about 10 breaths, pressing the earth away with your forearms, letting your head be heavy between your hands. But we have no weight on our head. For anyone that's working on shoulder stands or teddy bear, you can make a little basket with your hands and rest your head in it and walk your toes up a little bit closer to your body, lifting one foot and then the other. Maybe you practice shoulder stand and you lift up all the way up. Maybe you don't, I don't. Take your time, let's move on to our bellies. Walk it forward again. And this time into Sphinx pose. Elbows come underneath our shoulders and widen up across the chest. Close your eyes. Unclench our backside. Softening our jaw. Let's bring it back. Oh my goodness, I'm out of time for all these things. I want to do lift up to all fours. Exhale, downward dog. We just have a couple more things up top to do before we keep it down on the mat. Hop, step, or jump up between your hands. Halfway lift, we'll breathe in. And monkey pose and fold. Rising up on an inhale. Into tree pose. Last week we did a lot of pigeons. Was last week March break? No. I'm like, oh boy. So our tree pose, we've got our right foot out. We turn our heel towards the body. Our hip is opening. There's lots of wall space around if you want to move to a wall. Our foot is above or below our knee. And we can rise up to volcano, hands apart, or palms together into tree. Rooting down to rise up. Focusing on the breath or on a little spot, a couple meters in front of you. We should all know 2 meters is. Steady, stable, strong, but flexible like a tree. And we'll do the other side. If your shoulders need a little break, we'll bring those to our heart. Soften up our right knee, take the left foot out, draw it in, and find a place of comfort for your foot, for your branch. You can stay here with your arms or lift up and out, or palms together, or you can keep those hands right at your heart if that feels better. Picture roots growing out the sole of our foot tonight, and our leaves reaching up for the sun. Connected to the earth and connected to the air. Hands come to heart. We'll bring that knee around, some space between the feet, sweep up. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway back up for monkey pose. And then fold down. So let's take our way into pigeon pose. Downward dog will come. String on me. And then the left knee coming to the outside on an angle behind that left wrist. So if I had a rectangular mat, my knees out on an angle towards that outside edge, so not facing up towards the front. Yeah. So you can stay here. We could do an active pigeon if you want, so that back toe goes down and go up and down. That's an active pigeon. A moving pigeon or resting pigeon, bringing the belly towards the earth. Forearms can stay here, or you can go right down, belly to the floor, or a block under your heart. Sink in. If you want to let your head relax, I could suggest stacking your fists and letting your head rest. Feel the upper body melting down towards the earth. Feel the support of the earth. And imagine a warm sensation on our back. Maybe the feeling of a campfire. Warming our back, warming our hip. Feeling safe and balanced on this lovely Monday. Let's lift it up. Tuck our back toes onto the mat. Those back toes tuck. Push back to downward dog. You can stay and rest there for a breath or two, and then sweep that right knee over to the outside behind that right wrist. Left kneecap on the mat, the top of our left foot, and we come down into pigeon. Maybe our head rests on our fists, our hands, a block. We're here for at least a minute. Surrender. let go of any thoughts that keep coming back. Maybe even notice what types of thoughts seem to get in that brain. Give yourself a brief vacation from them. Breathing deeply and allowing your breath to anchor you today. Amazing job. Rise up. This is a great pose to do as many times as you can. Let's take our right side down to the mat. Sweep it around. So we've got a fun variation on boat. Sonia knows this one. We've been doing it in our power classes at lunch. So we have a few options for boat. So our more traditional boat, we've got some space between our knees, hands under our thighs, and lean back, widen across the heart, anchor down through our sit bones, and feel our core. Notice our core, so not just the front of our core, the sides come in, the pelvic floor is holding, and we're breathing. If you want to do an active boat tonight, your fingertips will go back behind you. They'll face towards your backside. So this is for our tricep work. As we lower down to our forearms, we extend our legs. And then we press back up to boat and squeeze our triceps. Squeeze, 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 back down. And flow. So you can, if you're working towards it, you can start just one elbow, then the other. One elbow, then the other. Keep your feet down and work on just lifting and strengthening the backs of our arms where you're flowing between the bow. Good job. All right, bring those feet forward, take a big breath up and hinge forward. Now let your core rest as we stretch our back. Extending and elongating our spine again. Forward folds are really good for anxiety, tension, just a feeling of safety and security. Let's walk those hands up our legs. Bend our knees, take a look back, make sure we have some space back there, and we'll roll on back. Rock our knees side to side, massaging our lower back. Nice long massage today, side to side. Now, if you want to, you can stay with this side to side movement or hold on to your knees and do more of a forward and back. So you come up and down, massaging your spine, rolling forward and back. Or we're still going side to side. Good job. Let's meet back on our backs. Reach our feet up towards the ceiling for our legs up a wall. Turn the toes towards our forehead. Anchor our lower back down into the earth. If you'd like to reach your arms up, that can feel nice for you as well. Breathe. Our shoulder blades are pressing down as we start to feel the eyes rest, the cheeks rest, the jaw. If it feels better for you to bend your knees, that's a great option here. You don't have to keep them up. We have about a minute or two still for this pose. If it doesn't feel nice for you, bring your hands down and or bend the knees and rest. Notice the breath entering your body easily through your nose or your mouth, moving freely down your throat. Back up and out. If our knees are not already bent, let's all bend our knees now. Hands either to our side or on our belly to notice a few deep belly breaths. Breathing deep down into the bottom of our lungs. And we'll place the soles of the feet down on the mat. Extend just our right leg. And then draw that left knee up and over across the body for a spinal twist. It might feel nice to anchor the shoulder blades back down into the mat. Check in with your lower back. Want to have a nice strong lower back with that twist more in the upper part of your torso. Switch sides, take your time, make your way over to the other side for your spinal twist. Nice way to release tension in your back. Make any modifications that you need to feel good in your poses. Amazing work tonight. Let's make our way into our Shavasana now. You can add any other poses that you love or are practicing today into your practice now, or you can just sink down into the support of the earth. If anyone would like an eye cover, raise your hand. I'm happy to bring you one. Wherever you are in your practice, in your thoughts, take this time. You have permission to rest. It's okay to relax your muscles. It's okay to let your brain not think. Making your body as comfortable as possible. Our meditation or Shavasana tonight, focusing on present moment awareness. We can have our arms wherever we want them tonight, on our belly, by our sides, palms up, palms down, whatever feels nice. Feel your body let go. And allow the floor to support your body tonight. The earth, always there, under your feet, the air on your skin, the water you drink, the earth. Let your body relax down. Relaxing our faces, our eyebrows, our jaws, our cheeks, even our nostrils and our ears, resting. Visualize yourself standing at the sandy edge of a beautiful lake. It's bigger than you can see. Not too hard to imagine when you live here, Sault Ste. Marie. The water is calm and has a golden glow. Imagine lifting one foot and dip your toes in the lake. Feel the light come into your toes as warmth. Step both feet in the shallow, clear, luminous water and allow the light to come into your ankles and your entire feet. Moving up your body, feel your torso, your inner organs filled with this warm light. Then your arms, hands, shoulders, neck, and head filled with the golden light from the water. Feel your brain, your eyes saturated with this healing light. Fill every cell in your body. If emotions arise, let them. Or allow them to move out of your body with an exhalation. Notice that this light within you at the moment has a healing feeling. Staying here for the next few moments, allowing this light, connecting you to the sun and gathering at your heart center. Slowly stepping out of the lake, feeling that every cell in your body has been rejuvenated tonight. Sending a thought of gratefulness to the lake for those feelings. Before we come out of our relaxation, a couple of quotes. Give yourself permission to allow this moment to be exactly as it is, and allow yourself to be exactly as you are. John Kabat-Zinn. We have to be in the present moment because only the present is real. Only the present. We do not practice for the sake of the future, but to be peace, to be compassion, to be joy right now in this moment. Slowly begin to awaken our hands, our feet, our neck, moving our head side to side, really small movements to awaken us slowly. When you're ready, we can stretch from our fingertips to our toes, make a nice long stretch down the front of your body. If it feels good, then we'll roll over onto one side. We can check in with one more breath. Using our top hand, we'll push our weight up to an easy seated position. Let's take a big breath up, inhaling I am, exhaling balanced. A few more of those. Inhaling, imagining the words I am, and exhale, you can choose balanced, or maybe there's another word that you'd like to add on. One more. Feels nice for you. We can bow towards Mother Earth. While we're grateful for the gifts. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I can't believe how light it is compared to in the fall. It was super dark. All right. Have a good night, Susie. I hope you enjoyed your practice tonight.
I did. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome. See you next